Intro.
Oh,
Okay.
I'm live. Hi, guys. Join us tonight for spirit readings. Be right back. Hi, friends. Welcome to the Super Fun Spirit Experience live readings with me, Kelly McClure, Psychic Medium. We're going to connect to spirit tonight, so that's super fun. So while we're chatting a little bit, while we're waiting for people to get on, just go ahead and hop on and say hello. Hi, everyone. Just so you know, I won't really be able to see the whole feed, but I always do like to go on after and read your comments and stuff. So I'm just making sure that I get to see that you guys are all saying hi, because I really love that. So we're doing spirit readings only, but that's really fun. We're going to connect with your loved ones. So I'm not doing pet readings tonight, and I'm not doing card readings tonight. It's just spirit. I really only want to know the first name of the person that you want to connect to and the relationship, if you want to give me that. And then it's really fun if you can please come on and validate what I'm saying. When you validate, however, please say what you're validating. So let's say I say, you give me the name of a person, and I say, well, there's a man with brown hair, and he says this, and he drives a truck. And you just come on and go, yep, then nobody's going to know what you're validating. So if you come on and go, yeah, he has brown hair, yes, he drives a truck, it's funner for everybody else to see that validation existed and what you're actually validating. There is a delay in the feed. So by the time you say yes, we have no idea what I just said that you're validating. So please be specific about what makes sense to you and what doesn't make sense to you. And also, I'm not going to be able to obviously get to all requests. Everything is going to be at random. Please just ask once or twice. Don't inundate the feed, because I don't want to, we don't want to have to block you or whatever. But I just saw someone say, hello again, Kelly. Okay. We don't. I got distracted. Little ADD squirrel.
This is why you can't look at the feed.
I know I can't look at the feed, you guys. I'll get too distracted. So I've got my manager on the phone. She's going to be looking at this feed, but really we select people at random. She literally just spins the wheel and picks somebody. So there's nothing that you can do to force a reading. We try to be as fair as possible, and that's why we do it at random. And we're going to just let spirit pick it. And at the end, we're going to give you a code so that you're going to have a savings, a discount to book a reading if you want to book a reading. And that's really your best way to guarantee a reading. I do guarantee all of my private work. So when you do a reading, if we don't connect, you don't pay. So consider, getting a reading. Please ignore the scammers. That's people that hop on and try to piggyback on my work to take your money, and just ignore them. I mean, you should always vet a good psychic anyway. You should have references. I do this work so that you guys can see my work and then book. I do events. And by the way, we'll have a couple announcements later about some events I'm doing. And other than that, these people that hop on and say they have a message for you, they're just trying to scam your money. They're not. I don't think that's even ethical. And I don't think that you want to get a reading for someone who's not doing it ethically. So also, a lot of people create false profiles and pretend to be me, and then they friend you. And just know that I cannot on Facebook friend or send you a friend request from my business page. So that's somebody creating a false personal page, pretending to be me and my business, friend requesting you. Do not answer those. I can, however, send you an invite to like or share or whatever from my business page, but I cannot friend request you from my business page.
And tell them too that a lot of times the fake profile, your name will be spelled
Yeah.
really funky.
So on those fake profiles, since they can't match it exactly to my real one, the name is a little bit funky. Like, let's say there's not appropriate spaces or capitalizations, or they change some things. They say median instead of medium. So things like that. So if it looks funky, it is funky. It's not me, but they steal my picture. So, and they use my picture. So thank you guys for hopping on. Let's see who's here in spirit.
you remind people to like and share?
Oh yeah, please, you guys, if you know people who've lost loved ones or they just want some reassurance that this type of thing is possible and that we can connect with our loved ones, please like and share with your friends on Facebook and let them know this is happening so they can hop on too. I appreciate that. Okay, we have some water and we'll get ready. So first name and relationship only. You don't want to tell a psychic too much information. And then I will ask for them in spirit, and I'll probably like describe what they look like and what I feel in my body. Okay.
Ready?
Yep. Okay. Laura was hoping to connect with her brother Tom. So there is a male figure to my right. Oh, that's Tom. Does look like fairly young male. I did happen to see the picture that you have on your screen, and I don't know if that's him, but I kind of thought that's probably who you're honoring on that. But it's a little picture of someone in a cap. But the male figure that's sitting next to me also has brown hair, but it's shorter. It's cut short. He's writing something furiously. He just laughed, got a good sense of humor, nice bright smile. Let me see if I can feel something in my body with maybe how he passed. I also feel like something maybe came from the side or, I don't feel an impact, but I do feel like something is blindsiding. Beautiful eyes, this guy. Loves animals, obviously, too. There's a picture of an animal, but then I see him surrounded by animals in spirit. But he also seems to like to write or communicate in that way. And the way that he writes, he leans over his writing like he's looking way down on it. And then he sits up and smiles. The only thing I'm feeling physically is this pressure or impact to the chest. So let me know if that makes sense to you. And are there three of you? You said it was your brother, Tom, Laura. So I'm wondering if there's you, him, and one other, because he held up the number 3 as if there's like 3 of us. He also says, there's something about like, I always say goodbye, or I always make sure that I say goodbye before I leave, or there's something about that. And maybe that time he didn't get to, or you didn't get to say goodbye. So
she said, yes, it does make sense. I think
okay.
that was what she was saying.
Again, when you validate, like kind of be specific about what makes sense so that I know. And also just so you know that he's feeling like he didn't mean to either not say goodbye or make you feel like you didn't get that chance. He's okay. He's doing really good. Oh, I bet it's about the writing, because he's leaning over and writing furiously. And so he likes to do that. And that's how writing is really messy, but it seems to be brilliant. On the paper, I'm like, he's saying like notes and scribbles and just writing furiously. And it just seems like it's his brilliant mind. He's got a good sense of humor, because when I said he was brilliant, he looked at me and said, "You're right, I am." He also said that he misses his family a lot, and that you specifically, and maybe one or two other people, went above and beyond to honor him in certain ways and continue to do so, rather than just having one service or one, I don't know, marker or service or whatever. It seems to be like ongoing. What have you done that seems ongoing? So whatever you did that seems like, okay, like every year there's going to be an addition to it or something that's going to be continually added to it, super honors him. I think he was friendly. I think he had a lot of friends. I think that that he appreciates how people honored him. And then he's like, "Tell mom, like I'm here, I'm okay, I'm surrounded by love." I think she's wondering if he was alone or scared, which he's not. He seems great. He seems okay. I think that and he says something like, "Don't get lost in the weeds. Like, you're an amazing woman, amazing sister, an amazing person who knows what you want and what you should deserve and everything." And so he doesn't want you to get lost in what other people are So in your own personal life, he just wants to make sure you don't get lost in the weeds. Make sure that you know that you're honoring yourself the way he would, the way you do him.
She pretty much just validated everything you said.
Yeah. So he loves you. Thank you for everything you're doing for him. That makes him feel that he still has a life and that he's still part of your life. He's doing good. It's okay. All right, great. Marlene, your mom. Okay, Julie wants to talk to Marlene. And that young man just stood up and allowed her to sit down. So this seems to be the chair over here that they're going to sit down. She looks kind of small in stature. When I look at your picture, Julie, I think that's you, and you have beautiful brown hair, but her hair looks different, looks shorter and lighter. Although I don't think it always did, because she talks about how much she likes the hair. There's something about the hair that she likes to do hair. She also feels energy in the chest area, and she looks structurally kind of small. You know, earlier when I was seeing that young man there and he was writing something, he was writing furiously and leaning over his work, and she's just like writing something very beautifully and calmly, and it seems to be more like sending you a special card or note. So let me know if that makes sense to you about her breast, her chest, and then even though I feel like your immediate family unit might be small, she's showing me a whole bunch of people in the background. So either there's a big family on one side of your family that's big, and then there's like just you and her, or just you and one other person, or something like that small, but then a whole bunch of extended family or something like that. And she says there's a bunch of people standing behind her too. So, okay. I did feel a little weird energy in my chest. I can't quite breathe. I thought it was going to be breast, but now I'm like, oh, I just had trouble taking a breath. Has she gotten back to me on any of that?
Oh, she said breast cancer. She just said it.
So that's what I thought she was going to say, but I'm also feeling like there's a little bit of breathing issue, and maybe that has to do with you or someone else that's going on in your family. So she's fine, by the way. She feels physically well, and she says she wants to make sure that you know that the decisions that she made were right for her, and maybe other people would have made other decisions, and maybe there's some thought about if there were other decisions made, she might have survived this. And she's saying, look, I did it the way I needed to do it. I made the right decisions for me. That's the day I would have gone. There's also this idea that there's a reason she's in spirit, and that might have to do with children coming in and future grandchildren of hers. So children, she needs to be there for them. There's a reason she's there. There's a reason she went that day. Her decisions were correct. There's nothing that, she would have wanted different or changed, or even if she had, she still would have gone. She's sorry that she can't be here with you. I know you miss your mom a lot, but there's a reason she's over there, and it'll make sense in the long run. She just took off a pair of tennis and put on sandals. It's like she just wants her feet to be free and open, warm. I have no idea why she did that, but she did. And
oh wait, she just said, hang on. She waited several years before getting checked. Oh, there was something else that she said. Oh, maybe not.
I think that might be it. That she did it the way she needed to do it, and everybody's probably thinking, oh, if she only got treatment sooner, wouldn't have mattered. In the future of the children that are coming into this family, it's going to make sense that your mom needs to be there. And I've often seen people say that when there's advanced souls or pure spirits that are trying to come in and they might have issues coming in, loved ones will go to spirit to help them. And that to them on a soul level is much more important. They need to make sure those ones come through. Go ahead.
She just said, wow, I feel overwhelmed. She hated shoes.
She totally took them off and put on something super comfortable like sandals or something. So She's doing good. She loves you. You're an amazing, and I don't know if you're trying to have a kid or you have one or two little ones, but she's talking about what an amazing mom you are or will be. So, and she's so proud of you and everything that you've accomplished and done, even though the people around you might struggle with. Please trust in yourself and know that you have your head on straight. You are not, you know, she has full faith in you. I have a feeling there might be some sort of gaslighting going on or something going on from other people making you feel like you're not in the right or you're not doing things right. And she's like, don't listen to them. You know your stuff. You know, she's so confident in you. You're a beautiful spirit, an amazing woman, and the best daughter that she could ever ask for. So she says she's okay. Just please know she's okay. Okay. Tana says, looking for anything from her friend Chip. I love the the little profile picture looks like a goat or something with a knee. Oh yeah, okay, it is a cat. And then there's like a picture that's so funny. Okay, so friendship. This is a little bit of a hard one for me because I knew a guy named Chip and that he keeps coming in my mind. So I'm trying to release that. And I do feel like it's male energy, but shorter. The guy that I knew is super tall, and this guy seems smaller, and he's standing behind me for some reason. And I hope this is him. Yeah, if I look behind me and talk to this guy. So first of all, let me know if your friendship is a male, because the figure that's coming through is a girl and male, but shorter, browner hair. He has a sweater, a jacket on over like a shirt, t-shirt, whatever. But it kind of looks nice, like it's dressed kind of nice. Why is he standing back there? There might be something to do with, I don't really feel like that maybe Chip has crossed himself over, but maybe he also has big round eyes, so nice bright eyes. But maybe he feels responsible for something. A little bit nauseous, a little bit weird, and standing back a little bit. I don't think Chip is opposed to this. In fact, I think he's telling me that he would often give you signs and show you things around your house or around, like, I think he thinks that's cool. Like maybe he was into something like, paranormal movies or media or horror films or something like that. Give me a thumbs up on that. So he doesn't look super tall, but he does look like a grown male. Has she responded to any of that yet?
No, my thing just froze, so I'm trying to go back to.
Okay, sometimes, so just so you guys know, my manager is reading the feed. She's up in Idaho, and sometimes with the delay and things, it gets a little bit
Frozen.
A little bit frozen, a little bit slow. So we're just going to be patient. And if that's him, I also feel like he's taking a full breath for the first time in a long time. He feels relaxed and free and breathing freely. So maybe that's an indication that before he passed, he didn't quite feel free and relaxed. But I feel like that term, waiting to exhale, like he's exhaling. He's good. I also see 2 watches, which is really weird. People don't usually wear 2 watches. I have no idea what that means. I don't know if that means he had one on when he passed or he often wore watches, but there's 2. Don't. So time. And so he's like tapping his watch, like time is it's important in the way that he's saying something about numbers. And I see the number 7 coming up for you, or his message to you. So.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything.
Okay. Also, you guys, when we finally do get to you, you might have requested earlier on and then we didn't get to you until later. And so let us know if you're still on and if anything that I'm saying makes sense because um, everybody else wants to know. And it helps to provide closure with the reading if we know that that fit for you and if that made sense to you. And if you're not on anymore, then we just want to be able to move on to somebody else who is on. So if you are on, let us know if I call your name. Okay, so he's not going anywhere. He's right here. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Okay, Shannon says her son Ryan. Okay. Ryan. So first of all, whenever I hear someone's lost a child, I especially, my heart goes out to you, Shannon. So and your name is way cool. Shannon Wade Wagner. Wow. Great name. Okay, Ryan. Oh gosh, I hope this is your son. But there is a younger male energy that's coming through. He's got, I guess, brownish, blondish hair, like sandy blonde or something like that. But he looks kind of young. He's tilted his head to the side, and it's like in his mind, he's not young. He's writing something down. He's smart. He's like an old soul, so he's kind of feeling. But the way that I'm seeing him looks kind of young. But he looks sharp. He likes the shirt that he's wearing. It's a button-up shirt. He picked it out special. I feel like it's either yellow or golden in color, and it's a button-up. I hope this is your son because he's not going away and he's very persistent and he feels like he would be persistent. It's just the age. He's so young.
He says he was an infant.
So I was just going to say when children come through, it's either if they passed a few years ago and they grow up on the other side, this would be the age that he would be now. So I think that he's showing you that he is growing up on the other side and he's super proud of that. He puts on his best shirt. Oh man, I just want to come and hug you because I think that if you could see what I see and could see what a fine boy this is that's coming through, he's really proud of himself. He knows how much he was loved even at a young age when he passed. You did a great job showing him love, and I understand that we don't always get and understand why someone so young would have to pass. But I think this is your son, and I think that he's growing up on the other side, and he's a boy now. And I just love his spirit. He's so sweet and proud of himself, and thinks that I think he's still kind of hanging around too. So if you guys see signs about, and he loves photographs. I don't know what he loves about the family genealogy. So if you're having that done, or if you're recently exploring the family relationship and kind of creating a chart of family genealogy, he's all about that. I also feel like sometimes when babies pass, they come back into the family, but he's staying there to make sure that everybody's good coming in and that everybody that's going into spirit has someone like him to be with. But he also says that I think you're a great mom and that you did everything right and there's nothing that you could have done different. This is his path and he's okay. He also shows me what looks to me like a teddy bear, like put in his crib or put in his bed, possibly even after he passed, that was given to him that he takes on in spirit as a gift. Hope that makes sense. Okay. Has she said anything else?
Not that I've seen.
Okay. Karen says her husband Frank. Okay. I really hope this is Frank. So, so what I'm seeing is a male figure step in over here, and he looks a little bit hairy, like he has a beard, and he's sweet, nice teddy bear of a guy, but he's larger. Uh, he's a white guy. He's got pale skin, but I feel like he's. Let me know if your husband had a beard or a lot of facial hair. And if he was like a big teddy bear type, that's what I'm feeling over here. And was there a work accident or some sort of accident? Because I feel like it almost was like I shouldn't have gone to work that day or I shouldn't have left that day or something like that. And it, again, I don't think it would have mattered, but I almost feel like he's trying to say that. The feeling is maybe he shouldn't have gone off that day and it wouldn't have mattered. And he loves all of his family, like so much about the family, so much about around. He's also really pointing out Christmas, and I don't know if it's because I'm seeing this kind of facial hair. She say anything about that? Because I'm thinking now, did he play Santa? Did he? Is there something about being Santa or this coming Christmas, or was Christmas time a significant time in his passing or birth? Or did you have a baby at Christmas time? Did you have a child either right before he passed or were you pregnant while he passed? Let me know, Karen. I gotta know. He's and the man that's standing here, he looks like he's kind of, he's got some padding on him and a little bit of a tummy, but great guy, big, warm, fabulous man. And I don't know if the beard is real or if he's showing me the Santa thing. It's kind of why I want to know. And he says that, I see on your little picture, there's a lot of I think they're like little kids, but that the youngest one I feel like is significant and why he had to go, or there's another one coming. I also feel like there's one of the things that he was hoping to do before he passed is to build a little bit more financial stability or income or behind, but that you're seeking out, just take a little bit of your money and develop that because he wants to help you with that. And that there's a way to invest that's significant and will build wealth and take care of your kids in the future.
Yeah, I don't see her.
Okay. Well, hopefully she'll hear this. And if you're trying to get back to us, Karen, we'd love to know if that makes sense too. And then, okay, wait, one more thing. He does show I think he's kind of a big guy because when he shows me a ring that he took off and held out, it looks pretty large. So it's either a large wedding ring or it comes from his hands are big, or he's got a large, like a ring, like a class ring or something that would have a large, doesn't feel like class ring because I think he's a working man, but he's showing me a large ring and he's handing it over. Like that could be valuable. Anything that could bring your family support is what he would want you to do. Okay. He just gave me thumbs up. All right, guys. Again, if you get a reading, please let us know if it makes sense or if you're still on. So Elaine says her dad, Dale. And I imagine that's him right there. So sometimes it's hard to see the picture because then I don't know if when I'm seeing it in the spirit, if I'm imagining it because there it looks like a guy that could be her dad. Okay. Dad, Dale. So in which case I'm going to close my eyes because I'm going to stay with my image in spirit. And if I see someone that looks like that, I want to hope that this is so. But again, somebody's sitting here in the chair laughing, lots of laughter, really jokester, but smart, funny, cool, loving, great guy. I do feel an energy in my chest. Does feel like it went quick. he would have preferred that over a long-term illness. But he does say there might have been some. So, like, let's say he was starting to get sick and then all of a sudden he went, and you thought that you would have more time or something like that. And he's like, no, I can't do that. This is a man who I think believes that, and always did, take good care of his family. And so that's what you do. And so when you can't do that anymore, you have to go, and then you can help them more from spirit. And he goes, and he says, everybody who ever came to him with ideas about religion or spirit, he's like, but now that he's there, he kind of gets it. Like, maybe you were right. Maybe this is like a thing. Also get a pain in my right arm for some reason in the bicep area. Doesn't really feel related to his passing. Feels more like it's bringing my attention there for any. Lane, let us know if you're still on.
Yeah, she is on, and she said yes, more time on hospice.
Yeah. So, but I also think that, again, people think that he should have had more time than he did, but he was like, no, I don't want to do this. So know that he chose to do it his way, and that was right for him. And he can help from spirit, and he can help your family, and he's a really good guy, and he's super proud of you. And the only thing that I would say that he would want to tell you that is which might sound a little bit weird, but I feel like there's a stomach thing for you, like stress or an ulcer or something like that you shouldn't ignore. It has to be managed differently. So if that's where you hold your stress, you do a great job. You're a wonderful, member to everybody in your family, and you shouldn't be. Maybe he feels like you push yourself too hard, or you're always telling yourself, I have to try harder, do better, blah, blah, blah. Let that shit go, girl. He's so proud of you the way you are, and you should be receiving help and support and love from others, and not trying so hard to do everything for everybody else. Okay. I'm also seeing the 11/11, like, so that to me that could be November or 11th of the month, or 11/11 is significant to you as a sign from spirit. Again, he's telling me that once he got to spirit, it's like, okay, I get it. Like, maybe religion's not a whole big thing for him, but spirit now is like, he's there. That was weird. I got a really shooting pain right down my right hand and ring finger and into my hand. So I think that's significant. Like, maybe somebody close to him kind of feeling like a young male figure. If you have a brother or a son or somebody who has a scar or something right there in the hand, that felt really weird. But a shout out to that and to everybody in the family. He's got some interesting little philosophies that he says. I don't know if I can recreate those words, but they're funny, and they actually have some truth to them, but a little bit out of the box as well. Like, what could be an example of what he's saying? It's like, I don't know, the dog eat dog world, and I don't know, just like weird little philosophy statements. Okay. All right. Loves you, loves your family. He'll be around. Look for signs. Look for the 11/11 and something to do with the hand. All right, go ahead. Carly wants to know about her grandmother, Jean. I love that name because that's how I spell my middle name, Jean. All right, Grandma Jean. Whenever I hear the word grandmother, obviously I expect like a little old lady with gray hair, but that's not what I'm saying. The woman that's walking into my lap, she looks kind of thin, but pretty thin, not like skinny thin, and fairly hip and young and cool. Like, her hair styled, and she's got this crazy, beautiful sort of green hazel eyes, and I hope that's her. And she's just cool energy. Like, like maybe she immediately connects and cares about everybody. She's got this sort of blouse over a shirt, and the undershirt is like, it's got a cool design on it, maybe some kind of woven beads or something. If that's your grandmother Jean, if she's really kind of hip and cool and not little old lady type, let me know, because now she just cleared the table, sat down. She's like, and then she sat back, folded her hands, is asking me to ask her questions. What would you like to know? I think she's super cool and wise. She says she worked hard for a lot of years. I think that she probably did have a relationship or a marriage for a lot of years, but could have done it well on her own, and is really excited and supports you in independence and whatever it is you're doing that is right for you, and that's your own career or job or whatever it is you're doing. Huh. The way that I'm seeing her isn't anything like what she just showed me in the long run. In the past is like land and horses or animals or whatever looks behind her. Ouch, and my arm just hurt. And it hurt underneath and in the elbow. That felt weird. Carlene, let me know if you're still on. And if
she is on, she said that she always wore flowery shirts.
Okay. Did she have anything about her past that had to do with animals or land animals, like horses or ranches or something like that? Farm, something like that. That energy brought in from the animal thing, like I feel like there's a rescue animal coming your way or something like that. This is really interesting about her, because I think that even though she looks feminine and she has these little feminine blouses or shirts on underneath this little sweater, her personality about like rescuing animals or working with animals, it feels like she could get with that, or you could be rough and tumble. I don't know. It's really interesting. Let me know if that makes sense, and let me know if she's proud of you and what you're doing. We want to know what you're taking on and what you're about to embark on that she's so proud of. 1, 2, 3. She just checked them off. Do you have 3 kids? Did you want to have 3 kids and maybe something went wrong there? But she's like, check, check, check. All good. Taking care of these little ones. Okay. Let me know if that makes sense. Okay. So where are we at? What time is it?
It's 7:07.
So let's do a little bit of housekeeping. I'm going to do a couple of okay, wait. Sharon Ellen's sister. Let's do that one, and then we'll do.
Yes, yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So Sharon wants to talk about her sister, Ellen. Hope this is your sister. Right back here to the left of my shoulder. That's actually where she stands for you a lot, if this is your sister, but she looks like she has light colored hair, possibly blonde, and kind of longer. Also had a really hard time just with my chest and breathing. Like I couldn't, and she snapped her fingers, which I think that means she went quick or unexpected, and it has to do with chest or breathing. She looks great, though. She looks beautiful. She looks healthy. There's a little bit of something to do with the chin, so that she either had like dental work, jaw work, or something to do with the chin. She's like, her chin looks good. First of all, let us know, Sharon, if you're still on. So this is Sharon Quinn Bohan. Bohan, let us know if you're still on, if that makes sense for your sister. She's standing back with her arms crossed. She's got a pair of jeans on. She's standing very casually. She's smiling. She's waiting to act. She's 1, 2, 3. And do you have 3, or are you one of 3 children? Because she's looking as if there's like 3 that she's looking after. I do think that because she passed probably suddenly or unexpected, she's kind of trying to help the family managed this. And maybe that she was actually on the heels of another set of three, like maybe three people passed, a couple of older people, bam, 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 and then her. That has to be really hard. She's got great eyes, though. I feel like they're greeny, like light colored, hazily eyes. Has Sharon come back on?
No, I haven't seen her.
So, you guys, I know that there's a bit of a delay. And so I'm just going to kind of just barrel through and tell you everything I see and hope that that's the loved one that's for you. It'd be great if you validate it.
Oh, here. She's here.
Okay, what'd she say?
I don't know. Yes, I don't know if she meant to write, but she wrote KNE.
I don't know what that means.
I don't either. I don't know. Yes,
Sorry,
I'm
Sharon.
here, or yes, I'm here. Oh, she said hazel. No, she said hazel eyes. So she had hazel eyes.
Okay. Yeah, I'll bet that's her. So, and if she passed sort of sudden or unexpected, but in her personality feels really strong and feels really strong about her connection to you guys and helping out with the family. Okay. So so go ahead and let me know if that makes sense to you.
She said yes.
Also, Sharon, she keeps saying, tell her I'm okay, tell her I'm okay, tell her I'm okay. So I don't know if you were worried about whether or not she made it to heaven or whether or not she was scared or frightened or anything, but she's like going, tell her I'm okay, tell her
I think she said here she was a 3-year-old. So maybe that's the 3 that you were 3?
Oh, maybe that's what she was saying. Either she was 1 of 3 or she was 3. Because she said something about the 3. She looks like a full-grown woman now. How long ago did she pass? Tell us that. Because this figure here looks like a grown-up to me. But it does seem sudden and unexpected. Okay. So
she died 50 years ago.
That's why. So she grew up in spirit. She's in spirit and still can be around the family. So maybe she was 3 when she passed.
That's weird.
Either or she passed.
And it was sudden.
Yeah, it was sudden. Okay. But she's grown up. She's a full-grown woman. She's powerful in spirit, and I think that she's trying to help the family. I think she's sticking around the family to try to help. So, okay. Announcements and like, share, and follow. So I am in California. I spend part of my life in Idaho and part of my life in Southern California. And so right now I'm in the Temecula Valley area, and I'm doing in-persons. I'm doing Zoom readings. I do Centaur sessions, which are emotional energy release sessions, which can be extremely healing. And I can even do them in the form of a workshop, which I'm actually doing this Saturday. But we have a couple of events coming up. We have a what I call a super fun spirit experience seminar at a restaurant called Finch. And this is going to be on October 25th, so right before Halloween. Therefore, dress in costume. It's super fun. Really, we have a great time in the audience, and I do readings at random for people in the audience, and it's just a really cool, inexpensive way to come and have a good night out and get to witness the work and get to witness what I do, and maybe someone will come through for you. We'll have a raffle, so we'll raffle off a couple of freebie things, and we're going to have a costume party contest anyway. So that's going to be a fun night. That's 25th. You can find out more about it on my Facebook page, Psychic Medium Kelly McClure, or my website, kellymcclurepsychicmedium.com. Again, make sure that you type it in correctly. It's all spelled correctly with the right capitalizations and the right spaces, because there's so many people out there impersonating my work and trying to scam people. I promise I will never, ever, ever come to you and say to you, anything like this. You are cursed and you need to pay me $3,000 to have a curse removed. First of all, I don't believe in that. You can remove a curse just by denying it. Secondly, I will never come to you and say, Spirit is telling me to give you a reading, but first you have to pay me. If Spirit tells me to come to you to give you a reading and you haven't solicited that reading from me, I will give you that reading for free because Spirit's the one who's asked me to do it. So anyone that comes to you and claims to be me and wants to give you a reading and they charge you money, that's not me. And they will never say, please pay me first and then I'll give you the reading. Ever, ever, ever. You can choose to do that when you book a reading, but I always recommend do your reading first and then we'll charge you, because then you'll know if you get your money's worth. And I do guarantee my work. So please don't buy into the scamming. And they're doing it not only to me, but to a lot of psychics. And they just don't. I just feel like I'm not angry about it. I'm just sending love and light. They are fear-based people not believing in themselves that they have the ability to create their own income. So they're piggybacking off of other people's work. So I'm not mad at them. I'm just warning you guys, please don't buy into that. It's not integral and it's not the best thing for you to get a reading from them because it's probably not real. They're probably scammers. So okay, so I just want you guys to know I do all my work with love and light. I really enjoy working with Spirit. The way that I pick up on Spirit is that I sort of see an image around me in my mind's eye. And because of the way that we're doing it with Facebook, I'm just going to kind of have to roll with it. I'm not really even sure if the person that I'm seeing is for you, but I'll tell you, I can tell that they're real spirit, because if they're my imagination, then I should be able to make them walk out the door and do anything that I want. And if they don't go, then they're real spirit. And I'm hoping they're in response to the name that you're telling me that I'm calling out. So if they're not, and any of you guys watching go, oh my God, she just read for me for sure, that was one of my people and not the people that asked. Maybe so. I don't know. But just know that a lot of times Spirit will come through with messages, and you should pay attention, because when they tell you things like, I'm okay in spirit, I've made it to heaven, I'm around the family, I can show you signs, I came here to help the little ones come through. Those are messages that could be true for you and your loved ones too. So it's really nice to listen to the messages. And even if you're not getting a reading tonight, to take on board the concepts that Spirit is sharing with us, because it might be true for you and your family. So there's a message in it for you as well. Okay. Be open. Again, I guarantee my work. If you don't get a reading tonight, please book. We'll give you a code at the end. Stay till the end. We'll give you a code for a discount. And then, I guarantee my work. If we don't get a reading for you, you don't have to pay. So, okay.
Ready?
Yep. That name looks familiar, Lois Haley. Okay, son Greg. Okay, Lois, let me hope that your son Greg comes through. So I'm seeing an image to my right of a fairly young male. The thoughts that are coming through is that he has brown hair, but his haircut is not like how you wanted him to do it. So he's like grown his hair out or something where it feels a little bit different than he's going, sorry, Mom, my hair is not how you wanted. And it feels a little bit humorous, but also true. Let me see if I can feel something in my body. It does look like a full-grown being, a full-grown person. So I think he was a young adult, or would now be a young adult. He's got a blue shirt on, which he does like, which I also feel like you would like on him. There's a couple of things that he feels like not that it would have changed the course of his life or passing, but there were a couple of things I think he wished he would have done a little bit more. Like, I'm seeing sort of a creative side, like maybe he drew or might have been interested in artistic ability or something and then didn't do it. When I asked him about his passing, I'm seriously not really getting a lot of information. I usually feel something in my body, and I vaguely felt pressure in my chest, but I also felt something sort of coming at me. Let me ask him about. Uh, his hands seem like kind of short and thick. He looks kind of thick. He's a little hard to talk to. Not that he's not open to this, but that he doesn't want to upset anyone or worry anyone, or maybe, a public forum is a little bit weird for him. Let me know if you know anything about the blue button-up shirt that he keeps showing me. So those, if you're still on, let us know if any of that makes sense for your son, Greg. And if you know that he wanted to pursue art and then just didn't because he didn't think it would be, plausible or responsible or whatever. Or if you have now I'm feeling he's saying you have another kid who does art. The heck is this? Like somebody else has it or doesn't? Uh-huh. And that, and if that's true, if you know about the blue shirt, if you know about the art reference, his major message is, I'm okay, and you're a great mom, and there's nothing that could have been done different ever that would have changed anything. He's on his own perfect path, and he's still kind of on his own path. But I also feel like he's concerned about another young male or not young person here who's living like a younger sibling. And he kind of says, like, I'll look after them, or I'll, pay special attention. There's also something that has to do with a home flooring, like new flooring or flooding or something that had to be redone. Has she come back?
Oh wait, she says his sister does art.
She does art. Okay. So if you had to have a new flooring in, or if recently had a flood in the floor or something like that, he saw that and he's around and he's helping his sister. I feel like he wants to help her become who she wants to be. You are great parents, so please know that there would have been nothing any different that you could have done to save him or change him or prevent his passing at all. You're a great mom. He loves you. You're doing a good job. He also says that, he's just where he's at and he's in a good space. He's in a little bit of a private space. So even though I think he'll look after his younger sister, he's spending some time with himself in his space. Actually, he says there's 2 older people there that I think are grandparents or maybe even your grandparents that he consults and connects to. And I think he said you wanted to know if people were there for him, and they are. Right. And that in the future, there are 2 little spirits that he's involved in and interacting in that may come into your family later. So as your grandchildren or your daughter's grandchildren, something like that. Right. There's a lot of, he loves 4th of July. So even though he's plugging his ears, he's showing me tons and tons of like fireworks. But he's plugging his ears. So maybe the sound is, he likes visually, but the sound is hurting his ears. Okay. Loves you. He's great. Kathy says her husband, Jim, is he finally at peace? Okay. Let's ask about Jim. The first thing I got, Kathy, is a lot of fluttering in my chest. Boom, 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 boom. So maybe a heart issue, a little pressure there. He gave a thumbs up on your question, but and he's like, it's usually the women that are more vain and but he's actually going like, look, my hair is full. I'm strong. But I'm really feeling a lot of energy in the chest. Please let me know if you had a chest or heart issue, because that feels like fluttering and it feels like that's where he felt he was weak, but everything else looks really good. and looks really strong. His favorite time of the day is in the evening when you guys can just be quiet and together. I almost feel like he's saying, well, this is a little hard to explain because sometimes he can be very talkative, but in the evening, late into the evening, he just wanted to be like with you. And maybe he wasn't super talkative or just wanted to hear you talk or whatever, but it was like, I just want to, it's just downtime and I just want to be with you and I'm content and I'm happy with that. And when you talk to him or when you, right, and there's a couple other things he wants to know. He's so at peace. He's really at peace. But when you talk to him and ask him questions and he hears your thoughts and he hears your heart, he knows how you feel. And he also feels like he thinks you have so much life left in front of you that he wants you to enjoy and he wants you to feel honored about. But I also feel him laying his head next to you. So, you know, it's not that there's conflict. There's, yes, you should move on. You should find your, you know, your next companion or whatever you want to do, which he blesses. And he feels like that's great for you because you're such a dynamic, amazing woman that he thinks deserves company, but he does lay his head next to you. He likes to talk to you or hear you. All that weird energy that I felt fluttering in my chest is all calmed down. I also feel like he's talking to me about how he had one either job or career for a very long time and he passed that on or someone else took that place, which he feels good about. I want to know if you have 2 kids or 2 sons, because I almost feel like he's talking about 2 male figures that he's concerned about or works toward or helps. He is listing off the great things that you do and that you are. So I think he thinks very highly of you. And maybe he didn't always tell you, but I think he's the kind of guy that said, he's like, well, I married her. So of course I think the world of her, but maybe you could have heard more words. It's okay. He's at peace. All that calmed down. Even though I think that he's at peace, I still think he has things he would have liked to have done better or let you know more, but he's okay. Look for a couple of different signs. So you know how I'm in Southern California right now, so I can imagine that this is like a thing here, but there are certain climates where if you have a fish pond and in the winter it freezes over and you see the fish swimming under it, he's kind of showing me that. So I don't really know why, but there's a image of a frozen body of water and fish swimming under it. Not really sure why he's saying that. Okay. Okay, I think we'll do one more. Okay, Rochelle, your mother-in-law, Wanda. Well, this is an entirely different kind of energy. She's coming through straight on. She, at least at some point, looks like she has dark kind of hair with intense style, like intention. She's very vocal, but I don't know if her hair always stayed dark, but it looked like at some point that's how she liked it. So if she either colored it different styles, but her energy coming forward is super like loud and straightforward, and I'm right here and I want things this way and I like to cook and like people over and I'm a little bit like pretty dynamic. Let me see if I can feel something in my body and see if that's her. She doesn't want to deal with that. She doesn't want to talk about that. She likes to move on. She doesn't like to dwell on things, which might make it a little bit difficult to sit down and have a serious conversation with her, because she likes to, because I feel like she's loving. I feel like she's loves her family and cares about them, but I also feel like she wants to move on to the next thing and the next thing. Also, Rochelle, I don't know if she's talking about you wanting your own business or practice, which I think maybe I think she supports, but maybe you didn't feel like you could pull off or do, or you needed some support, which she's fully supporting. And do you have 2 kids, or do you have 2, or hoping to? There's 2 and then 2 more. So maybe the only way I can interpret that is like, fuck. Do you have 2 and then have 2 stepkids, or have, I don't know what that is, but she's like all about how, what a great mom you are, and what you're doing or building in your own private practice or business is super cool. And then she has this little one in spirit that she's like going, okay, there's like 2 here, and then I don't know, but she's helping with the little ones. It's like she has a couple over there that aren't here yet, or that she's taking care of. Okay, you guys.
Right here. We have a code.
Yes, a code for booking so that you guys can get a discount. There it is, Facebook Live 1012. That's today's date. So FBLIVE 1012. That's today's date. You'll get 10% just for being on today. I do guarantee my work. If you want a reading, please book a private one. You're going to get your reading, you're going to get your answers, or you don't pay. And I think anybody who believes in their work will offer that to you. So any psychic that comes on that says in order for you to give their reading, you have to pay them, and the spirits say that they have something for you, that's a scam. Book appointments at kellymcclurepsychicmedium.com. Make sure to like, share, and follow Facebook page, please. And I'm on Instagram, and I'm going to try to be more active on that. I think I have some fun ideas. And that's at Kelly McClure Psychic Medium. Actually, I thought Instagram didn't take all the words, does it? Like, I thought the M was cut off. But anyway, as many letters of that as I can. And I have a YouTube page. So thank you guys so much for being a part of this evening and sharing your loved ones with me. And just know that even if they couldn't come through tonight, and even if I couldn't get to all the readings, I do like to go through and read the comments, and your loved ones are with you. They try just as hard as you do to get through. So, know that they love you, know that they're around you. And the way that you can know that is when you do see validation from other people. That's why I say, you guys, if you get a reading, do validate, even if it's after the fact, because other people want to know that your loved one was real, the reading was real, and that you knew that it was real. And they will have confidence that their loved ones are also real. So thank you guys so much. Have a beautiful evening. Also, don't forget, I'm doing Finch on the 25th. It's going to be super fun. That's in Wildemar Finch Restaurant. Go to my my Facebook website or Facebook page to book. Okay. Good night, guys. Bye.